Yo boys, this is my video for Awakening Horus. These are the timestamps and it'll also be in the description. For picking this level, we once again did a community poll and then we randomized the top 3. So here's the clip. So this is the final results of the poll. I didn't do a full stream dedicated to people voting today, so there isn't as many votes, but it should be fine. It's probably going to be overall the same sentiment. Maybe one level of these top 3 is going to get switched out, but these are generally the top 3. So we're just going to randomize it and see what we get. We'll play the first option. Oh, okay, we're going to do Awakening. I'm better with that. I mean, that is like the easiest option out of the 3, so I'll take it, I guess. I'll take it. So let's get into reviewing the gameplay. So I'll start with the pre-drop, of course, and I think this was actually a pretty fun pre-drop that I quite enjoyed. It did take a bit of getting used to at first because it is kind of some unorthodox gameplay, but it's actually quite satisfying, and overall the difficulty is actually pretty good as well. Now, going into the drop, I mean, immediately you have some pretty shady ship and UFO parts that are both gimmicky and annoying, although the UFO is worse than the ship part. It has everything from like weird curved straight flying to awkward UFO spams. And this section, like these two parts together, is probably the hardest part of the level. But then luckily you get into the 47 wave, which is probably the best part of the level. This part flowed really nicely and was just overall very satisfying to play. Now for the first boss phase, it's actually pretty fine overall. It's pretty unique. There's some unique stuff you have to do in there. I mean, except for the move where you have to go through the chicken's leg. That's kind of weird and very unintuitive. And then you got this dual wave, kind of novel boy styled, and it's terrible. I mean, it's easily the worst part. It's super inconsistent. It's just a terrible way to break up these two phases of the boss fight. It being this late into the level doesn't help either. It just worsens the effect the part has on the level. I wish the creator would actually have taken more time to try to make the consistency of the wave work better and align the mini wave with the normal wave so that you can't just do the part correctly with one, but then the other one ends up randomly dying. Now for the second phase of the boss fight, it's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's pretty forgettable as well, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good part. It's just whatever, really. It's a lot less unique than the first part and just very standard gameplay. However, the slow ending is actually really cool. It works well, it's very tense and satisfying, and of course it's super rewarding when you finally do hit it from 0. So overall I'd say it's just an alright level. I didn't mind it too much. It's a bit of annoying with the drop and the novel boy wave, but the rest is honestly fine. So for my difficulty assessment of this, I've chosen to place it here. I think it's harder than Napalm and easier than Retention, so that makes it my 31st hardest. So for my experience, I don't remember having any difficulties really. I think this was definitely within my current skill level to do it comfortably. I did beat it quite a while ago now though, so I do have trouble remembering the exact experience. At the time of recording this currently, I've beaten Penombre and Acu also after this, so those will be the next 2 videos. Now, before we go into the completion, be aware that I downloaded the VOD off of Twitch so that I could have the completion ready for this video. I wasn't actually recording locally, which means that there are some issues with audio sync because I lost bitrate during the stream. So if you ever see the audio being slightly off or the video suddenly speeding up, that's why. I tried fixing it the best I could, but you'll have to deal with it. Alright boys, with that being said, let's just look at the completion. You didn't see that. No, that's an ending, boys. I'm telling you guys. Yo, GG's. That's a cool level.